In this video, we're going to discuss emission control. So I'm using the same scene as I did in the last video. So apologize for that. I don't normally do that. But in this case, it just made sense because I'm using both behaviors in the same scene. So if it looks a little bit familiar, that's why you're not watching a rerun. This is a new video about emission control. So what that does is when you turn the light on, you can see I'm using the mouse switch behavior for this. Then you get the emissive texture from the object that you're controlling. When you turn it off, it turns off. And that's happening all around the room. So if I turn this back on, you can see that the emissive from all of these objects are all lit up. And when I turn them off, it's a little easier to see when they're turned off that they're not on. Okay. And that's it. You're just controlling the emissive via some sort of logical condition. So let me show you how that works. So in my case, it's this light switch, which makes the most sense for the scene. It doesn't have to be that. Whatever it is that's activating the other behavior is what is going to control that behavior, right? So in this case, because it's a light, it makes sense that I would want to toggle that on and off, right? So that's a lot of logic switches. When I use the logic link, I'm using toggle because I want it to come on and off, right? If you just want to activate it one time, then it would be activate object. So just keep that in mind. But the emissive control behavior controls the emissive texture on the object. So naturally, the object itself would need to have an emissive texture to begin with. So you look in the materials and you look at the emissive and you can see that this is what it's really doing, is controlling this, right? Okay, let me set that back to roughly what it was before. That's close enough. All right. Then we have the off strength and the on strength. Now, this is a little bit confusing because it seems that the numbers that we see here, this says 1,000, right, is a multiplier. So in other words, when I go back and I look at the materials here, and you see that the number here is 2.245, that number times 1,000, that's what you're getting when it comes to the emissive control, which is really what you want, right? Because as you saw, ramping this up any higher is going to make it just blindingly bright. So you want it to be, a multiple of that. But this could go up to, I think 3,000 was what I was told is the max on strength, and then 0, of course, being the max off strength. Then you have the fade speed, which is just how quickly should that emissive fade. So the amount of time it takes to go from 1,000% to 0%, I guess, would be the way to think of it. 50 milliseconds, I think, or it's not seconds for sure because it was very quick. So probably almost instant, right? Then you have the R, G, and B values. That's like if you want to change the emissive color. So again, going back to the materials, you can see there's an emissive color. In my case, it's just set to white. But if I wanted to change that color to some other color, all I have to do is provide it the RGB values that of the color that I want it to be. And I can turn that like pink or blue or purple or whatever it is that I want by controlling it here. And then lastly, you have activate logic. Now, mine didn't really need it, but I could have used it, right? I could have said, well, I want this lamp to activate, say, this lamp. And then when this lamp gets activated, it activates this one over here and so on. I could chain, like daisy chain the logic links. I just didn't feel the need to do that. I could fit all the logic links on this one switch. So it just made the most sense to me, but you may need to do that. And if that's the case, then these are your options. You can activate the logic when the object is activated to begin with, or when it's deactivated to begin with, or in this case, if I were to daisy chain it, it would be on both, right? Because I want it to toggle. So either way. But that's it. That's the emissive control behavior. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and forgive me for using the same scene twice. Like I said, I don't normally like to do that. It just seemed like the convenient thing to do for today. If you learned anything new, please be sure to click the like button down below. That's our a rule around here. If you're new here or if you just haven't subscribed yet, that's also a rule. You have to subscribe. No, I'm just kidding. Just would love to have you stick around. And then lastly, if you'd like a notification for whenever new videos are posted, just click the bell icon and that'll let you know when a new video is ready, which I'm going to be doing some videos that are not behavior videos, like some other kinds of videos soon, and those are not going to be on a regular schedule. Will just be as they come. So if you want a notification for when those pop up, just click the bell icon. But that's it. Thanks so much for watching all the way through. I always appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now. Hey, don't forget, there's written documentation on every behavior, even the ones I haven't covered yet, in video format on my website at www.bloodmooninteractive.com. Be sure to check that out. And if you'd like to learn more, maybe check this video out next.